All right, so it's Monday, and I'm glad to be in your company again for the next hour and 30 minutes. It's everything from the world of sport. And, of course, we focus on the Black Stars who will be awaiting a final decision by FIFA, the World Football Governing Body, on whether the game, I'm talking about the playoff, the final leg playoff against Egypt, will be played in Cairo or elsewhere. Today is October 28th. Check with your, with your calendars, and you realize that today is the day when everything should be rounded up, following which a decision will be reached by the World Football Governing Body. Also, Black Stars midfielder Andre Didiayew gets a 3-match ban after a very hard tackle in the French League. Also, Richmond Boachi Adam collapsed on the pitch and had to be rushed to the hospital and had to be stretched off the pitch. He's said to be in stable condition. Also, there is an 18-year-old boy called Emmanuel Attoh, and he is currently Ghana's fastest human. He recorded that big feat by sprinting a time of 9.91 seconds, which is a little more than the 9.58 seconds of Usain Bolt, which is his personal best from the year 2009. So Emmanuel Attoh becoming Ghana's fastest human with 9.91 seconds. It gives hope that Ghana could just be reviving itself in the sprints, at the major multi-sport events. In the camp of Joseph Agbeko, there is also good news because Joseph Agbeko has signed two major contracts ahead of his big bout against Guillermo Rigondeaux on December 7th in New Jersey, USA. I'm talking about the promotional contract with the legendary Bob Arum. And also, he has Roger Mayweather in his corner. How much can these make good of his intention to wrestle the two big titles from the dreaded Cuban Guillermo Rigondeaux? We'll be getting into all of that, of course, from the weekend. Big blues for the Real Madrid fans as Barcelona posted 2 past them. Neymar was in amazing shape, and it was a good time for every Barcelona fan. Carlo Ancelotti and his boys had to go disappointed from the Camp Nou, but well, what does it spell for the upcoming season and all? So there is so much more here. Remember, 1760 is the text code. I'm sure that you've got so many things to talk about as we get into the details of the many stories we have for you today. The newspapers are ready, but you know how we always do it on the show, a round of commercials, and we roll straight into action. This is Sports Today, is only here on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV.
Just thrills.
There we are with the graphic sports, which has Agbeko joins Mayweather. Okay, so I'll be back more deadly, he says. Okay, there it is. And Neymar, the player who was the subject of a lot of talk ahead of his move from Santos to Barcelona, now delivering gradually and warming himself into the team and becoming a key component. Joseph Agbeko also trains with Roger Mayweather in Las Vegas. So there we are. And Lions devour Kotoko and Hearts crash at Obuasi. So there is Premier League action on the first local page, which has Liberty Professionals. They recorded a win. It was a hard-fought one, of course. And this was against New Edubiasi United. And also, on the lifestyle page is Diego Ribas. Diego, the Brazilian player who plays football for Juventus, featured there on the lifestyle page. A nice picture of his son, Davi. Interesting wave there. So Diego's featured on the lifestyle page of the Graphic Sports newspaper. There's a feature which says, danger signs for FIFA over Brazil, Russia, and Qatar World Cups. I'm sure that you'd want to take a read of that. because Sepp Blatter is scratching his head. There are major issues with the eventual rollout of these big tournaments. And there we are. The major European leagues featured here in the center spread. Andre Ayew in that big header. Andre Ayew will not be playing for 3 games. And Manchester United recording that 3-2 scoreline against Stoke City. That game was live here on the Joy Sports channel. We brought you that game as we've always done it. And there we are. Bernard Hopkins, he gets an easy win against Karo Murat. He got an easy win at the weekend. And remember that Bernard Hopkins is 48 years old. Getting on to 49. He's actually 9 months away from turning 49. And now he'll be gunning towards 50. And Egypt FA has jumped the gun. That's a story written by Rosalind Amo. And that's according to the Ghana FA president. So Richmond Boachiyadom there, he's in critical condition. And he collapsed on the pitch on Saturday. So that's the Graphic Sports newspaper for you. There is another one here. Classic debut, 250 million Messi auction. Okay, and Chelsea and Bayern ready to break the bank. And Dede banned. Andre Ayew banned for 3 games. There we are. And that's for the Sports Filler newspaper. Okay, so there we are. There's updates on many players, especially of Ghanaian descent, in the Sports Filler newspaper. There are also pictures from the weekend in the matches in Europe. And Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo just couldn't find the solution. It was rather Messi and Neymar who enjoyed the golden roses on the day. So there we are, and there's more trouble for KP, Italy to steal the next Balotelli from Ghana. There we are. And these are the top 11 Ghanaian performers according to the Ghana Sports newspaper at the bottom of the page. And Neymar stole the show in that 2-1 win over Real Madrid. So there we are. That's the front of the Ghana Sports newspaper. Also in the center, it's the man Samuel Attoh. Samuel Attoh is featured there in the center spread. The man who sat on the bench for Chelsea at the weekend. Michael Essien did not sit on the bench at all. Raises major concerns. All right, so we also get into the 90 Minutes newspaper. Has Andre Ayew's story there. Andre Ayew banned for 3 games. And this was because of a killer tackle. That story is in there in the center spread. Sorry, it's inside the newspaper. And, of course, Kwejo Asamoah is featured here in the center spread. And, of course, there's action or business as usual from Europe on the back page. It was Manchester United 3, Stoke 2, but Stoke City really fought well, got early leads, but got Manchester United to come back strongly to win that game. And, of course, Chelsea jumped to second place, and Arsenal are receiving a closer chase now, means that there is going to be so much in terms of, what will be happening. What will be happening in the English Premier League? Remember that this is the #1 spot for the English Premier League, and I'm very sure that And I'm very, very sure that everybody will be following here on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. So get on my Facebook wall and also get on 1760 if you're on your mobile phone, 1760, and let's get talking. Okay, so let's now get into action. And Mahatma Attoh, he scored his very first goal for Songdao, and Mahatma Attoh has been just struggling to hit the scoring form since he made the move from the Ghana Premier League. And finally, Mahatma Attoh has scored in the Norwegian top flight since he joined. So there it is, Mahatma Attoh. Remember that he scored 20-plus goals here in the Ghana Premier League to emerge the best scorer or the top scorer in the last season that he played for Accra Hearts of Oak, and also captained the side as well. And now he manages to get it in the Norwegian League. Remember, you can send a text message, 1760, or get on my Facebook wall. It's Nathaniel Attoh, Citizen Attoh, as we get into all the big details of all the stories that we have for you here on the show. We'll be doing some international action, some action from the foreign leagues. And I'm just asking you a couple of questions right now. You know that Roger Mayweather is in the camp of Joseph Agbeko. He's going to be training Joseph Agbeko for that big bout against Guillermo Rigondeaux on December 7. He's also been signed on by legendary promoter Bob Arum. And how does all of these affect his preparations? What kind of impact is it supposed to bring as he gets ready for this big date of destiny against WBO and WBA champion Guillermo Rigondeaux on December 7th? And also, Andre Ayew has to sit on the sidelines for 3 matches after what could have been a very, very, what many can describe as a very careless tackle. And we also focus on Black Stars player Ajiman Bedu, who was in action for Udinese. Remember that Udinese have not been too consistent this season as it started, and he was in action for the Italian Serie A side in that 1-0 loss to AS Roma. And remember that Ajiman Bedu was the player who scored Ghana's winning penalty at the 2009 edition of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, which was hosted by Egypt, and has since become an integral part of the Black Stars team. Was there in South Africa in 2010 to play for the Black Stars, and is looking forward to featuring as well. So there, Ajiman Bedu seeing some action as well in the Italian Serie A. We do some more, and Kevin Prince Boateng, where there's a story on Kevin Prince Boateng. We'll be getting that in a bit. But right now, let's focus on Kwejo Asamoah, who was also in action for Juventus at the weekend. And he was there, played a key role in the comfortable 2-0 win over Genoa in the Italian Serie A. And he scored, he created both goals for his club and provided very big assists in that game. So Kwejo Asamoah becoming a very key part as well of the Juventus setup. And, of course, Coach Antonio Conte surely always has a smile up his face when he sees the youngster display and perform at his peak. We also focus on Andre Ayew, who is calling for support for Coach Eli Bob. And of course, he says that now this is not looking too good, as Andre Ayew has been hit with a 3-match suspension. And so Andre Ayew would have to watch 3 games from the touchline. So we focus on more Ghana internationals, and we focus on Kevin Prince Boateng, and he is unhappy with a penalty against Dortmund. And remember, that game was played at the weekend in the German Bundesliga, and Kevin Prince Boateng is just unhappy at the development. Remember that Kevin Prince Boateng made an injury return for his club last weekend and featured very well, was a very, very key part of the team's play. I'm talking about the UEFA Champions League when they lost by 3-0 to Chelsea. And Kevin Prince Boateng, a very big subject of the talk. And he has admitted that he poorly took the penalty that was saved by Dortmund goalkeeper Roman Weidenfeller in the German Bundesliga. So that kick was saved. But Kevin Prince Boateng surely is a very good player. So if he makes such blunders, some of them are overlooked. All right, so we're bringing you all those highlights later on in the show. And we also focus on Albert Adoma, who scored a brace for Middlesbrough. And the Ghana international was on the bench in that 6-1 defeat of Egypt. And the flanker, Albert Adoma, he dedicated his double in Borough's win over Doncaster to his departed boss, Tony Mowbray. So Albert Adoma also delivering a lot in the championship. Okay, and we focus on some more Ghanaian players in the foreign leagues. And this time around, we focus on Boateng. Remember that he also received a few call-ups from the national team. And Prince Boateng, he says that Graham Kavanagh is the perfect man to help him rebuild his career once he saw him in the same Ghanaian team. And he plays for Carlisle United. And he believes that his new boss can help him to, rebuild his career. So Prince Boateng Okay, so there is a lot of movements going on ahead of the next transfer window, and there is one player who is on the radar of Liverpool, and I'm talking about Nathaniel Attoh, the young Ghanaian defender, the 18-year-old currently who plays for Swedish side Djurgården IF, is attracting huge interest across Europe after a number of commanding performances in the league this season. Now, the Reds boss Brendan Rodgers added that Ali Sissoko and Mamadou Sakho and Kolo Toure, as well as Thiago Ilori, were all added to his defensive options during the summer. However, the form of Attoh has caught his attention. So let's see how that goes for the youngster if he's able to get the nod from Brendan Rodgers. Okay, so we also focus on Ishmael Yate, who scored. He ended his long-standing goal drought as he scored in a classic finish for FC Sion after Ebenezer Asifo had powered the Reds ahead 2-0 over the Grasshoppers in the Swiss Super League on Sunday afternoon. Asifo had opened scoring for the host in the 13th minute after taking on his marker, and Yate sealed the win for Sion in the 90th minute. Sion had failed to record a win in their last 3 games and were in search of goals against the second-place side, and majestic individual display from Yate ensured that Sion got that win. So Ishmael Yate also doing great for his side. Now, Swedish-born attacker Robin Quaison also grabbed his 4th goal of the season after scoring for AIK Solna in their 6-0 demolition of IF Broma Podkara to enhance their chances of Europa League qualification. Now, the 20-year-old iced the cake for his side, coming off the bench in the 58th minute to replace Henok Goitom, and he scored that goal. So that's Ghanaian-born Swedish attacker, Swedish-born Ghanaian attacker, I beg your pardon, Robin Quaison, and so many Ghanaian players all over the world, if you ask me. Okay, so Clifford Abuaji, who became the third best player at the last World Youth Championship organized by FIFA in Turkey, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Clifford Abuaji has been named among the 40 top young players in Europe, and this is according to the very famous Italian newspaper Corriere dello Sport, and this rates Clifford Abuaji as one of the finest spots. So the 18-year-old was one of the brightest spots in Ghana's Under-20 side, which once won bronze in the last edition of the Under-20 World Cup. All right, so from Clifford Abuaji, we focus on what's happening in the Ghana Premier League, and Super Sport, who are the broadcast rights owners for the Ghana Premier League, have paid $400,000 to the Ghana FA as the first tranche of its financial obligations in the partnership agreement. The South African pay TV channel has agreed a 3-year partnership agreement to the Ghana Football Association to become exclusive rights holders to the broadcast of the Ghana Premier League and the FA Cup. The deal, reportedly worth $2.1 million over the 3-year period, has an annual payment of $700,000. Let's now focus on what is happening in the Ghana Premier League and all the big results that were recorded from yesterday. Let's look at the results from yesterday. Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak both fell yesterday, and that's it wasn't the best of results. Now there we are. Bechem United and Hazakers drew goalless, and Brekum Chelsea, they lifted their heads up by beating Inter Allies by 2-0. Asante Kotoko went into the Lions' Den and they were devoured, and they lost by 2-0 to Heart of Lions, who were playing at home. And also Liberty Professionals, they beat New Edubiasi by 1-0. That was a sure tough win. That surely was a very, very tough win for Liberty Professionals. Ashanti Gold beating Accra Hearts of Oak by 1-0, and Accra Hearts of Oak were really hoping to get one against Ash Gold, but it just wouldn't work out. Also, King Faisal, they beat Adriana Stars by 2-0, and Mediama SC beat Wa All Stars by 1-0. Amidao's Professionals, they lost at home to Ebuswa Dwarfs. So this is the updated table. Asante Kotoko will remain on top, even though they lost that game. So Ashanti Gold will take second position with 19 points. Hearts of Oak go to third place with 19 points as well, and a lesser goal advantage. And Heart of Lions there in fourth place, Mediama SC, Liberty Professionals, Ebuswan Dwarfs, Bechem United, and Amidao's Professionals. So this is the first half of the Ghana Premier League table. Inter Allies not having too good a time in the Ghana Premier League on their debut, and that is one very big cause for worry. Hazakers also unable to pull their weight on their return to the Ghana Premier League. King Faisal also there, and New Dubiasi also there as well. Brekum Chelsea not in the best of situations as well. Okay, so there we are. That's the second half. Adriana Stars on 11 points, Wild Stars on 10, and Brekum Chelsea and New Dubiasi as well as King Faisal all have 9 points from a possible 27. Okay, so that's how it's looking like on the Ghana Premier League table. goals to 1. And Manchester United and Stoke City, the Joy Sports feature for the weekend. It was a great game. They won by 3 goals to 2. Norwich City and Cardiff City drew goalless. And Southampton beat Fulham, Derek Boateng's Fulham, by 2 goals to 0. This is it. So 2 points, ahead of Chelsea. And Chelsea also has 10 goals, while Arsenal have an 11-goal advantage. Very, very close indeed. Liverpool there in third place, also on 20 points and 9-goal advantage. And Tottenham Hotspur in fourth place, Southampton, Everton, Manchester City, and Manchester United. Okay, Swansea City. Okay, so Norwich, Stoke, and Cardiff have to beware. Of course, same as West Ham, Fulham, Aston Villa, West Bromwich Albion, and to an extent, Newcastle and Hull City. So the second part of the table just means that there's a lot of work to be done. 0 away. Okay, so this is the table, and Barcelona will just be there, just 2 points shy of the possible 30 they could have gotten from the 10 matches played so far. Atletico Madrid is in second place, Real Madrid third, Villarreal, Getafe, Atletico Bilbao, and Levante, as well as Espanyol, Sevilla. Okay, so that's it. Real Betis there at the bottom, Rayo Vallecano, and Malaga, as well as Celta Vigo, and of course Real Valladolid and Sociedad also there in a bit of trouble there. And so that's losing that one. Okay, let's take a look at some more of the results that were recorded on the last match day. So Napoli 2, Torino 0. Bologna, they beat Livorno by 1-0. Catania beat Sassuolo. Catania and Sassuolo drew goalless. And Fiorentina beat Chievo Verona by 2-1. Juventus posting a 2-0 win over Genoa. Both goals created by Kojo Asamoah. And Parma beat AC Milan by 3-2 in that 5-goal thriller. AS Roma getting that important 1-0 win away to Udinese. And, of course, Sampdoria beating Atalanta by 1-0. Inter Milan beat Hellas Verona by 2-1. Now we take a look at the table where AS Roma still in the lead, and Napoli in second place, Juventus third. And Juventus are defending champions, need to do a lot more work. Inter Milan in fourth position, followed by Hellas Verona, Fiorentina, Atalanta, and AC Milan. Lazio also there. So there we are, Sassuolo seated there at the bottom, same as Catania, who are there on top of them with 5 points as well, but with a lesser goal deficit. Genoa, Livorno, all on 8 points each. Sampdoria and Parma on 9 points each. And Torino, Cagliari, and Udinese are there on your screen now. And so now we will go to the table, the German Bundesliga table. And there it is, straight tough fight. So it's Bayern Munich getting 26 out of a possible 30 points, and Borussia Dortmund there breathing down their heels, 25 points. And of course, Borussia Dortmund have a superior goal advantage, 1 goal more than Bayern Munich. So there we are. That's the table. Bayer Leverkusen, Mönchengladbach, Hertha Berlin, and of course Wolfsburg, Schalke, and Stuttgart, as well as Hoffenheim. Second part of the table it is, and Braunschweig on their seasons, on their, start to the German Bundesliga, not getting things too well. Freiburg and Nuremberg as well. Augsburg, Eintracht Frankfurt, also all not too good at the moment. So there we are with the action in the French league. In a bit, we'll be bringing you some boxing and a moment of the day as well. I'm sure you're wondering which one will be the moment of the day. Well, you keep it right there in a bit. So those are the matches that we got for you. Of course, these are some of the results. Of course, Nantes losing by 1-0 to Lille. Marseille, of course, lost 3-2 to Stade de Reims at home. And Bastia also beat Nice by 1-0, while Guingamp beat Ajaccio by 2-1. Lorient beat Sochaux by 2-1. And, of course, Rennes beat Toulouse 5-0. And Valenciennes, they lost 1-0 to Evian at home. And Bordeaux beat Montpellier by 2-0. So now we bring you boxing, and Bernard Hopkins, the executioner, is still fighting at age 48, getting on to 49. Well, at the weekend, Bernard Hopkins was able to get a very comfortable win over Karo Murat, and this was a very big brawl. And you know how, the man, the executioner, likes to fight. Very, very strong and very, very daring as well. But pundits of the sport just going through all the discussions, the possible discussions about how come the man is still going strong at age 48 towards 49. And he surely would have set a record once he's able to fight actively at age 50. And, of course, remember that he carries the IBF light heavyweight title, still holds on to it very, very firmly. And so who can stop the executioner? Big, big question there. Let's take a look at how it happened at the weekend in the boardwalk at Atlantic City there. These are the shots from that big bout. And Bernard Hopkins on the right side of your screen. Scoring that one, and it was a unanimous decision. 119-108, 119-108, and 117-110 for Bernard Hopkins. Okay, so there we are. Thanks so much for joining us here. I'll be leaving you with the moment of the day, but I say thank you to all of you for joining us. I couldn't read all the text messages. We'll be back on Wednesday with more. Remember, you have to join George Attoh Jr. For the football show later in the day as we look at many other developments within the league and focus on all the Ghanaian players and how well they're performing in foreign leagues as well as what's happening here on the local scene. So Wednesday will be the next stop. And so you enjoy the moment of the day by Alexis Sanchez. That goal he scored in the El Clasico. Alexis Sanchez has the moment of the day. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and I have love for sport.
Barca responded, and Alexis Sanchez provided a candidate for goal of the season.
Tries to flip the goalkeeper. What an immense goal! Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, hit your heart out.